The rapture is an event that captures the imagination of every Christian and even a lot of non-believers. The prospect of millions of people disappearing and all the chaos that will ensue afterwards has been the topic of books, movies, and media projects for years. Speculation about when this is going to happen fuels debate, and so-called prophets have gone so far as to put exact dates on the return of Christ. This is an unbiblical practice, because the Bible tells us that no man knows the day or the hour. Not surprisingly, many of these dates have already came and gone, leaving many people confused and spiritual shipwreck in the wake. To me, one of the big questions is, who's going to be taken and who's going to be left? The short answer is that believers will go and non-believers will stay. Pew Research puts the numbers of Christians in the world at 2.4 billion. Upon further review, this has to be false. They credit the United States as being 70% Christians, or something like 220 million people, and there's just no possible way. This is absurd on the face of it. I live in the Bible Belt, and perhaps maybe 5% of people are Christians. When I retired at my workplace, there was 40 people, of which only 2 of us attended church regularly or showed any proclivity towards serving God whatsoever. That's only 5%. Dave Olson, director of church planning for the Evangelical Covenant Church, surveying only Christian churches, has come up with a lower number than many would think. The percentage of Americans regularly attending church is 18.7%. Western civilization is widely considered to be the most Christian culture, yet only 10% of Europeans might be considered devout followers. 2/3 of the world's population lives in Asia, and as you probably know, the vast majority of Asians are either atheist, practice Eastern religions, or are Muslims. Less than 1% of Japanese people profess to be Christian. Also, the Muslim countries of the Middle East have almost no Christians. Surprisingly, Africa may have the most devout Christians of any continent. Probably the most important point that one needs to consider is that of all of these people, how many of those are making it to church? And then of those who make it to church, how many really have a relationship with Jesus at all? Admittedly, a lot of people are there just for connections or fellowship, maybe for obligation to friends and loved ones, all kinds of reasons that actually don't make you a Christian. After crunching the numbers, I think it's safe to say that less than 10% of the world's 7.5 billion people will actually go in the rapture. Now, that would still be a huge number, a staggering 750 million people. The reason I bring all this up is that the vast majority of the world is going to be left behind. The road to salvation is indeed narrow, and the road to destruction is broad. Many people are on it, and many people plan to stay on it. I pray that you will read your Bible, and then you will seek God, and you'll pray while He still may be found. If you're waiting to get your chance in the Great Tribulation, that's going to be a horrible way to go. I definitely do not recommend that. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you in a while.